Mo Show. Celebrities, pop culture, and comedy.
Dude,
beautiful in here.
Thank you. That's Bruno Mars, man. I interviewed first interview when he became released his first album in America. He was so insecure and scared, and I kept fucking with him. And so I brought out that picture of him because he used to impersonate Michael Jackson in Hawaii. So since we kind of fucked with each other, he wrote "You're a dick" and then signed it Bruno Mars. And my wife found it. This is like 12 years old.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's such a dope moment.
You know what's crazy about that whole Michael Jackson thing is I was in Tacoma, and the news reporter did a whole feature on a kid impersonating Michael Jackson. Like when I was a kid.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So when he was doing
that was Bruno Mars.
I know, but how crazy is that a local affiliate did a whole piece on that? It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, I mean, how amazing that TV, this is weird that we're even talking about this, but it's just so crazy that reporter has that in his hip. Like, I thought that was an interesting story 20-something, 25 years ago. You can brag
about it for, like, I'm going to brag about that picture 50 years from now?
But that's how good Bruno was. I bet you that reporter probably went on vacation in Hawaii and was just like, holy shit, who's this kid? I'm going to do a whole thing and talk about it in Tacoma. Because I remember as a kid watching that. It's so funny because I remember they interviewed him and he was talking. Like, if you watch the report, have you ever seen that interview?
No.
That's a local news reporter from Tacoma.
Well, NBC has my interview and they won't give it to me because I've always wanted.
Really?
Yeah, they won't give it to me.
Come on, NBC.
I worked for E at the time. I was working for E at the time, and I was like, I called him up probably about 2 years ago. I was like, dude, this was his first American interview after the album came out. I was in the studio when they were finishing the first album.
Wow.
It was in this little shack in the hood. Yeah. It literally is no big. The whole studio was no bigger than this room.
Yeah.
And he was so nervous. He was scared. After the interview, he comes up to me and goes, did I do okay? Did I look okay? How'd I sound? You know, like that insecure dude.
Yeah.
And now to see him the biggest, got so much swag.
Yeah.
You know,
he's amazing.
He's ridiculous.
He ate at my restaurant twice.
Yeah, I know, because you post about it all the time.
No, I didn't. I did it two times. I posted it 2 times.
Because he ate there 2 times.
Yeah, because he asked directly, I'd like to eat at your restaurant. I go, yeah, no problem.
Oh, so Bruno Mars reaches out to you. Is that what you're saying?
Man, we can't talk about that publicly.
Yeah. Turn off your phone.
Let me put this on mute.
Yeah. Oh, did you get the 11? Because you're into phones and stuff.
So I got the 11, right? I bought 4 of them.
I love that. Joe will never tell you I got it. He has to tell you the number, the price.
Yeah. So I bought 4, the maximum, the big ones, right? And one went to my son, went to my girlfriend, and then one to me, and then one I gave away for like
just for fun
to a radio personality.
Really?
Yeah, a good friend of mine out in Florida. Oh, you know him?
Who?
Orlando.
I love Orlando.
So and he was always there since Jump Street. You know what I mean? So I love that guy, and he loves you. And so I sent it to him.
I didn't send him a phone though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah, but you will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Always remember the guys that were there first.
100%.
You know what I mean? Always. Never forget those cats.
You didn't give me a phone yet. I was there for you.
Man, you were an asshole in the beginning,
I was
Mike.
so down with the Joe Coy crew.
Goddamn penguin suits.
You were always jealous of my style.
I was like, man, you got to start wearing some J's, bro. Look, anyways, I had 4 of them. Gave them all away, and I had mine. So I'm in the process of switching them out, right? And so I go, I'm on the road. So I'm going to take this phone and I take the other phone. I put the other, but see, every night I'm doing a different place. So I'm going from one hotel to another. And I had to charge the new one. And we went to the next city and I left it on the thing.
On the counter.
But I haven't put a passcode yet. So of course housekeeping's not going to turn it in. Because when you turned it on, it said, welcome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pick a language. I'm like, oh man, they're keeping it. So that's what happened with that. So I still got this phone, man.
But I thought you had an extra one though. Oh, you gave one.
I gave that away to Orlando.
Take away your son's.
I know. He already cracked it too.
See, he doesn't care about technology.
He doesn't.
The kids is your son spoiled?
Okay. I spoil him because I want to spoil him.
Yes.
My son does not act spoiled, nor does he ask for things.
You do it all on your own.
I do it all on my own. But when he does ask, man, it's big.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's big.
What's the one thing that was big he asked for that you was like, absolutely not?
The Porsche Macan.
What?
Yeah.
How old is he? 14? 15?
No, he turned 16, but I bought it for him. Yeah, I bought it for him when he was right when he turned 16. I bought him the Porsche Macan.
No, you did not.
Yeah, I did.
See, you're the problem.
No,
you are the problem. You can't give.
Look, I'm breaking that wall. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are the problem. You know that's a problem.
No, it's not, Mike. Because my son does not act like a spoiled kid.
He needs to go through what we went through, the shitty cars to get to the good car.
Man, that's a thing of the past, man. That's like the 90s. It's not like that anymore. It's not like that anymore. Because here's the reason why is because he'd rather Uber. And see that back when we were kids, it was all about give me something with an engine so we can go. I need to go there. So give me an engine. I need my driver's license. I'm 15 and a half. Give me my permit. I need this. Mom, can I drive you around? Let me practice. That was because you knew that was your only way to get a ride, right? Now they don't give a shit. Now they got Uber.
So what if they don't give a shit? Why do you give them a Porsche?
He asked for the Porsche. I gave him the Porsche, and I have been driving that Porsche.
Is that what you drove here?
No, I drove mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he matching Porsches.
Yeah, I bought a his and his Porsche. Man, but see, you're making me look like
I am.
But there's a difference, man, and you're going to notice it too when because these are very crucial years. And so you've been blessed because Oliver is what now? 2?
2.5.
Okay, he's 2.5. Now imagine being on the road every day of the week from 2.5 to 12.
Oh, I couldn't.
Right?
Yeah. You did that.
I did. You know what I mean? I was broke, bro. So my only way to put diapers on my son was to be on the road. And this is back when I had to do Wednesdays through Sunday, come home Monday, get on a plane Tuesday to do Wednesday radio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there was a lot of 1 days with my son. I missed a lot of birthdays, bro. I missed a lot of Christmases because I had to get that money. Like, of course I'm going to take New Year's Eve. It pays what? Yeah, I'll take it. You know what I mean? So I missed a lot. So I know it sounds like I'm spoiling him, but that's my way of being like.
Miss a lot, man.
I missed a lot. And it's my way. It's my way of being like, look, I know I missed a lot, but this is why I can do this. And I know it sounds like I'm spoiling.
Did he ever confront you about that? Like when you would miss birthdays or you weren't around, or did at a very young age he shared the vision?
I remember one time I cried because I was like, God damn it, I told you guys April fucking 21 is my son's birthday. And if you throw gigs my way, I'm just going to say yes. And it's up to you guys to be like, oh, no, you told me not to do it. But they didn't. They booked it. And I remember crying, like, fuck, I'm going to miss his birthday.
Because you needed the money.
And I had to take it. And it just sucked.
Did he ever mention that to you?
I remember one time there was one time I was on his birthday. I was going to fucking cancel it because I totally forgot. I remember I got on the plane Wednesday and then his mom, Angie, goes, his birthday's Sunday. And I'm like, motherfucker. And I was going to cancel that Sunday. I remember like, I can't do it. Like I'm leaving. And then, of course, my agent and everyone's like, you do that, you're going to get blackballed. Like, you can't do that. I was just so mad. So, you know what I mean? Like, I can't explain those moments. You'll know.
No. You'll know. Like, I'll miss out on a new word he says.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like, the first time he ever said, hello, dada, I got that in a video message.
Yeah.
And I wasn't there, and I was destroyed by it, man.
See, man, you're going to make me cry on your pod. I don't want to do that, bro.
Yeah.
It hurts, and that's what we sacrifice as entertainers.
Time with your kid.
To give them the most amazing life, cause they'll never have the life you had. And he'll never have the life I had. Like if he lived my life, he would be hating life right now at this age, at 16.
Yeah.
And I don't want him to feel that.
Where were you at 6? So people understand. Depressed. 16.
Yes.
Where were you at the same age as your son? Right
I was in Tacoma in my mom's room, probably watching Cosby himself, Robin Williams live at the Met, Whoopi Goldberg, Around the World, Eddie Murphy, Delirious. All those were on the same Kodak videotape. Because you can put extended play, EP. You can manipulate the tape. You can do a 2-hour and get better quality, or you can go really shitty quality and move it to extended play. Like sometimes it'd be so bad that the lips wouldn't be synced, but you can get 5 videos.
Yeah.
And mind you, to get my mom to buy 3 blank tapes was like, what are you talking about? Like, no, you already have a blank tape. You know what I mean? So like you found yourself, re-recording
over
and putting tape over see, like these kids don't know what we're talking about. What are they called? The Gen Zs and the millennials. They don't know what we're fucking talking about right now. But that's the time that I was at 16. I was in my mom's room because my mom worked late, and I would literally just watch those until I fell asleep. I never did classwork. I would just literally, there was no Comedy Central. There was no cable. Like literally I got that from HBO and they would only air those maybe once in a while. So when it came on, you had to record it. And that's what I was doing. I was depressed.
Why were you depressed?
My brother was crazy. And when I say crazy, I don't mean, I'm not, he's got schizophrenia, but we didn't know that at the time. I mean, we did, but we didn't know it was going to be that bad. And, so, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of cops at the house, divorce happened because of my brother. So, I found me being funny was an escape. Like I knew I had the talent of being funny, but I didn't know what stand-up comedy was until I saw those guys. And then that's when I knew, that's why I'm here. I have to do what they're doing. And that's all I did was watch that because it took my mind off of everything.
Is that why you feel like you work so hard to be like, I don't want to say the dad that your dad wasn't, even I came from a good home.
Yeah.
But even with my son, the things that I didn't get as a kid, and I don't mean materialistic.
Yeah.
Like my parents didn't tell me they loved me till I was like 29.
Yeah.
That wasn't a thing in our house. We just never said I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I loved him, but we didn't say it.
Yeah.
Where I tell my son 200 times a day I love him.
Fucking 5,000 times. I kiss my son. Oh, like I can't even tell. Maybe that's an extension of me because my mom and dad divorced. My dad moved to Phoenix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was so young, and he never came to any of my birthdays. You know what I mean? Cause he couldn't, you know what I mean? Like I can't explain, to these people or these kids now or the younger generation, there was no such thing as an $89 ticket. No. There was no such thing as a Southwest. Oh, just get on Southwest and you'll be in blah, blah, blah. That didn't exist. Getting on a plane was an event.
Yes.
And your whole family walked you to the gate. There was no TSA. It was a thing. It was an event. So my dad, he was in Phoenix. Like, and at that time I hated my dad. You know what I mean? I fucking, I always cursed my dad and, I didn't understand why he left. You know what I mean? Like I was so young when they divorced.
How old were you?
I was about 10, 11.
Okay.
It was the minute we landed in Tacoma. The minute we landed in Tacoma, that was the divorce. It was done. My mom and dad were done. My dad was like, when I get to America, I'm fucking out of here. And that's literally what happened. He bounced and now it sucked because it was my mom, my brother, you know what I mean? At that time was just being crazy. Like we didn't get it. Or we knew that he was a problem, but we thought we could control it with medication and we'll learn how to, get that routine going. But that routine never happened. It just got worse and worse. A lot of cops, my dad, broken ribs, my mom, black eye, you know what I mean? And cops, and you're just like, fuck. And then my dad leaves.
So your brother would do that.
Oh, my brother would beat the shit out of everybody, bro. Man, when I watched, it's so funny because now I'm loosely talking about it because there's been so many interviews about my brother that, more and more I let it out. But there was a time, Mike, where I didn't tell anyone I had a brother.
I didn't even know. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I consider us close friends.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you had a brother.
No.
Till now.
Oh, really?
I did not know you had a
I'm
brother.
sorry.
No, I didn't. You've never brought him up in front of me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Out of all the conversations we had, me
Yeah.
at your house, no matter where, me touring with you,
It's hard.
I've never heard about your brother.
It's a hard conversation because I love my brother a lot.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still
okay.
alive, but he's got a lot of help. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Hospitals and that's another story. But
Yeah.
there was times where people would be like, "Oh, so do you have siblings?" I have 2 sisters. You know what I mean? I'd
Yeah.
always do that. But because it wasn't that I was ashamed. It's a conversation I'm not ready for.
Because it's layered than I have a brother.
Yeah.
Because the next question, what
Does he do?
Yeah.
Where does he live?
It's layered. You
don't want to know about mental hospital. You don't want to know about, I'm not ready for that, but now I am, I remember I opened up with Aisha Tyler. I did her podcast about 5 years ago, and I don't know what it was with her that I just felt comfortable to just talk about my brother. And then it just all came. Oh, I was talking about my dad. Cause I was like, a lot of people go, oh, you just talk about your mom because it's the easiest way to, first of all, no, it's not the easiest way to tell. It took me 14 years to talk about my mom, first and foremost. And then, and two, I only talk about my mom because that's all I know is my mom.
Yeah.
All I know is my mom. All I know is my mom's sisters. That's all I know. You know what I mean? And I remember when Aisha goes, why don't you talk about your dad? And I'm like, I don't have any stories. What do you want me to talk about? You know what I mean? Like, my dad and I, he even said it. He was like, yeah, he apologized and we both cried. You know what I mean? And I told my dad, the cool thing about kids, man, is, they'll write the story. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Are you about to cry?
Yeah. It's deep.
Like when you said they'll write the story, what does that exactly mean to you?
It's like, I don't know how to get there yet.
Yeah.
We'll take a break.
Okay. We'll take a quick break. We're going to come back. It's the Michael Yo Show with Joe Coy. We'll be right back. Hey, what's up? It's Michael Yo. Okay, if you like the show, please support it right now. Just go to iTunes, give it 5 stars, leave a comment, and subscribe. It does so much for the show. It helps get us into the top of the charts, and we're building momentum, man. We're so excited about the show. We're so excited about the guests we have coming on. So please support the show. It means a lot to me. Subscribe, comment, give it 5 stars. And share it. Ernie said share it. Ernie, he's like, I don't know. He's trying to make it rain. It looks like he's trying to make it, but that means share it. All right. Ernie says share it, and please share it as well.
All right, we're back. I'm sorry I got a little teary-eyed. I get a little emotional.
But one thing that I love about you at this point now, because I've only known you for 12 years of your life.
Yeah.
We met on Chelsea.
Yeah.
But to know that you're opening up and letting other people know about it, I think that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And I just really, and I know we went to break, but I really want to know what that comment meant about.
When I said the kids will write their own story.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I meant by that is like, no matter how old they are, like Oliver's 2.5 now,
Yeah.
right? Say you and your beautiful wife get into something where you guys split, and it's not going to happen.
No.
But if it does,
Yes.
you will do whatever. I don't know how yours is going to end, but in my story, it ended badly. Okay. So there's a lot of war words. There's a lot of things being said about each other's parent in front of the kids, because that's what parents do. I mean, that's probably what they did back then. And that's probably what they still do now. You know what I mean? There's a lot more modern families now than there was back then. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like I'm a modern family.
Absolutely.
I'm a product of what happened to me. You get to choose which way you want to go. When I divorced Angie, I had an option. Oh, I know what my dad did. I'm gonna do that, because that's what I was taught that. So Joe's gonna live a shit life because I lived a shit life, because that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When a dad divorces, he fucking walks. You know what I mean?
So as you were growing up,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I keep running my mouth.
No,
I
this is
ramble.
great.
But what I'm saying is, when I say kids write their own stories, it's like I said, you know, my mom and dad had a war of words, and my dad left, and then, you know, I missed a lot, you know, he missed a lot of birthdays and all that. And when I'm saying about the kids write their own stories, right? Is that what I said? It's because they observe and they absorb and they see. So no matter what the fuck you tell Oliver, he can read his own story. He'll write his story. You can shit on his mom as much as you want. You know what I mean? But he's going to see the reality. And then when he gets older, he's going to be like, no, this is the truth right here.
Yeah.
I saw it, Dad.
Yeah.
I saw you ramble in your mouth a lot, but this is what really happened, Dad. You know what I mean?
No,
like you think you can be sly with your words and slick with these kids because they're kids, but these kids, they're brilliant. You know what I mean? Like I saw a lot, like, and I heard a lot. You know, I heard my mom say a lot. You know, and I heard my dad say a lot. But after a lot of time and after seeing a lot of how, you know what I mean? Like through the years, I see how each person acts and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, then I wrote my own story. I'm like, I get it. I got it, Dad. You know what I mean? I'm mad at you, but I understand. You know what I mean? Like I get why you left and I appreciate you. You know what I mean? Now let's build this relationship now. And that's what happened. At 22, that's when my dad came back into my life, and we built this relationship after that. You know what I mean?
I think.
Does that make any sense?
No, it makes a lot of sense, because at a very young age, kids 6, 7, 8 years old, they have a moral compass. Mm-hmm. Like they know when something's wrong. Yeah. No matter what you're telling them, they're like, this isn't right. Yeah. Every human has a moral compass, and I think you absorb, like you said, you write your own story, because whatever you absorb, that's what you're going to give out later, and you have to make that decision. Yeah. Like my parents didn't tell me they love me. I tell my kid I love him all the time.
I can't stop.
Like I can't stop.
Is that
either.
my way of dealing with the trauma I saw? Well, is that my mental trauma that I had?
I think like people always go, did it hurt you that your parents didn't say I love you? I don't know, because they never did. But I know obviously it must have.
It must have, right?
Because I'm saying it all the time.
Because you don't want your son to have that same feeling.
I don't
That's
want it,
so crazy.
I don't want him to ever go, my dad did not tell me he loved me.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Isn't that crazy that you feel that way indirectly? That's a thought in your head, and that you never exposed it. That you always like just say it like under your breath, like it's cool. My parents never said they loved me. Like it's a cool thing to say, but deep down inside, the way you act with your son emotionally and physically is a result of what that was.
Absolutely.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. And
I never even thought of that until you said that right now.
Yeah. And I think that's why I talk about it on stage so much, because that's one thing that I didn't even know affected me till you start talking about it. You know, it's crazy.
A lot of people go, why do you hug so much? There's two reasons why I hug so much. One, I hate shaking hands. Yeah, I have to shake. I got to shake 200 hands a night. Sometimes 250, 300. You do that and tell me how your hands feel. Okay? And there's a lot of wet hands. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of clammy hands that come through.
He's always sweating.
Yeah, Ernie's always clammy. Yeah. Have you seen his keyboard? Drenched. And two, I love the feeling of a hug, man. I really do, man. I really do. And I will hug everyone the same damn way. Like there's something about it. Like the energy that you get from it. I don't know, man. I really do enjoy that hug. You know what else I love? I love it when I hug someone and they go, oh my God, I'm a hugger too. I love that. And I don't know, maybe it's because, you know, we got Asian moms and I hate using that stereotype, but there's those particular Asian moms that we have, you and I, cut from a different cloth, man. They came from a different time, a different era, a different type of racism, a generation that was being created, like the mixed race generation. Like we are the reason for that.
Our parents, if you think, are the trendsetters. They are of that.
And I say that all the time. Like
nobody gets it unless you're
fucking gets it. Yeah. They don't understand. And we're still like dealing with an identity. Oh yeah. There's full Asians that still look at us going, you're not really Asian. And it's like, wait, yeah, I am. You know what I mean? Like Tiger Woods still deals with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, where are you on that right now, because so many people, like, I think we've gotten to a place where you don't have to choose which one you are. You just are who you are.
No, I feel like, yeah, you still have to embrace and appreciate that culture, and you want to have an identity.
Oh, of course.
Like, especially in this business, bro, like for me to get motivated and inspired to become a comic. Look, just off of what I said earlier, my inspirations were, 3 black people and 1 white person. You know what I mean? And it didn't come until later that when I saw a Margaret Cho, or when I found out Rob Schneider was half Filipino, like those were my real inspirations, because then I was like, oh shit, someone that looks like me or has a mom like me can make it. You know what I mean?
No,
and that's very, very important.
It's and even to this day, I mean, we got more people, but those people were our age coming up, so we didn't have them to look up to.
Exactly.
Until they, like, Tiger Woods was probably the first black and Asian guy. I was like, oh my God.
I couldn't believe it.
But he was 21 and I was like 18. You know, so it was.
My mouth dropped when Tiger, I became a golf fan.
Yeah.
Like that's how much he inspired me. Like it meant so much. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like it was just, I remember when he said that, someone asked him if he was black, and he goes, well, I'm black and I'm Thai, right?
Yeah.
He's Thai, right?
Yeah, black and Thai.
And I remember people got mad, and I'm like, well, why are you mad?
Well, black people got mad.
But I didn't understand that. I'm like, yo, he's got a mother, and that's his identity.
Yeah.
That's his culture.
You know,
what
I
mean?
had dinner with him.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I had, right after you won, we winded.
Which one?
The first Masters. So I was like 2 weeks after that, he showed up to a place I was working at, and he showed up way too early because he was flying around and his time was off. So we just grabbed a drink and some bites to eat. And I asked him, why did you say you weren't
Were
black?
you a radio personality at this time?
Yes, in Houston, Texas. So, but he wasn't on my show. We were at this I had a second job. I was like a club manager at a very young age.
Okay.
It's a weird story. Anyway, so he was coming to the place that was hot. He was just way too early. So I asked him, why didn't you just say you were black? He goes, because I'd be disrespecting my mom.
Yeah.
And I love my mom just as much as I love her.
But that, it's just weird that's even a topic. And like,
but back then you can understand how it was.
Back then, yeah.
Cause that's 24 years ago.
And oh, man, I hope I don't get in trouble for this, but that's how important it was to black people as well. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That now we have an identity in golf. And it meant a lot, especially during that time, you know, cause, you know, like I said, people don't understand about that time. There was a different fucking time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, let me go back. Even it's not that different in some instances, because I think a lot of times people want to put labels on people. So America can feel like they got a check mark. You know, Tiger Woods, first black golfer. They didn't say he was the first Asian golfer to win the Masters, but he's half black and Asian.
Yeah.
They said first black. Obama, half black, half white.
Yeah.
First black president.
Yeah.
They don't look at the white side of him. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And I understand black people's point of view because I am half black.
Yeah.
You know, my dad, 1% black in America, you're black.
Yeah.
But it's a thing where I feel that America, it's more about the check mark. What are you talking about? We had a black president.
Yeah.
That was half white. You know, you never mention the white side. You never mention the Asian side in Tiger Woods.
Exactly.
It's always, he's the first black golfer to win the Masters.
Yes.
And they disregard the Asian side.
Yeah.
Or Obama, they disregard the white side.
Yeah.
So it's funny how I think America just, Eminem, this white rapper. You never heard anybody say Eminem without saying white rapper when he first came out.
Yeah.
They went hand in hand.
Yeah.
Because America had to check that mark. There is a white dude that can rap. You know, so I feel that a lot has changed, but a lot is still the same.
I think it's still the same too.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So I want to go to more happy times with Joe Coy.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's good to get real, but man, first of all, I'm so proud of you.
I gotta like wrap up what I said about write their own stories.
Yes.
If you don't mind. Let me just finish it. But what I meant to say is I don't talk about my father, but growing up and seeing everything happen, and then now being an adult and looking back at it, I understand, right? And like I put myself in my dad's shoes, you know, to adopt a son that was 8 years old at the age of 28. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then 8 years later, my son, this son that he just adopted is 16 and kicking the shit out of him. And the cops are at the house. Like, can you put yourself in those shoes? Could you be a 28-year-old man and adopting a kid and then 8 years later getting your ass kicked by this kid that's not even yours? Like, I told my son, I'd be like, I'd fucking leave too. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, Dad. Like, I get it. I'm mad, but I get it. I totally fucking get it. And you know what's cool about my dad? He is, because my brother's always in and out of this hospital. I'm not going to say the name of the hospital, but there's a log book, right? And if you go, I remember I went to visit my brother because it's hard for me. It's really hard, you guys. I'm sorry. And that's something else that I'll deal with. But when I do see my brother, you have to log in. And when you look at this logbook, all you'll see is John C. Herbert.
Your father. That must make you feel good, though.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. Because like...
Maybe that's what I'll talk about. Yeah. Maybe that's what I'll talk about with my dad. But I still have to embellish. I still have to make it funny. Yeah. That's my responsibility. That's my job. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? But that's the beautiful thing about my dad. That if you look at that logbook, oof.
That's a beautiful thing.
It's deep, bro. Yeah. It's deep. I remember I broke down crying. I was like, whoa. It was pages, bro. Pages.
And what's even better, he didn't even tell you.
Yo, I didn't even think of that until now.
He didn't need the credit.
He never told us.
He didn't need the credit.
He never told us that he was doing that. I'm talking years. Years. That's crazy.
That's deep right there.
There was one time my brother was missing and my mom was like, Robert's missing. No one knows where Robert is. They're telling me he didn't check in and he's just missing. We all called my dad. That's some gangster shit.
Yeah.
And he got on a plane and went and found Robert.
Man.
Is that deep or what?
It is. It's a thing where...
I remember we were all crying like, Dad, find Robert. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And because you knew he would.
Fucking found him.
Yeah.
Found him in some kind of halfway house somewhere in, I don't even know where.
Yeah.
Just fucking found him. Went there and fucking, it was crazy. I was like, but we all knew. We all said it like as if it was how you're supposed to say it.
Yeah.
Like it came out of our mouths. You know what I mean? Even my mom was like, tell your father to find Robert.
Yeah.
All of us. And this is literally this was like 10 years ago. Like maybe 10 years ago. And my dad in his 60s, 10 years ago in his 60s, went and found Robert.
And what's your dad think about your success now?
It's crazy. I feel bad, Mike. Like I really do feel bad that I don't have a story or I don't have a joke from my dad or, you know, I do. I really, really do. I want to. You know what I mean?
But I would imagine you're a lot closer now.
Oh, we're so close.
And you're just not. I believe you're such a brilliant comic. You have jokes. You're just not ready to put them out there. You'll find.
I do. Like right now I'm trying to talk about because my brother, if you ever talk to my brother, he's so fucking funny, man. Yeah. He really is, man. And he does the office jokes. He loves those. You know what I mean? The ones that you get out of a book. Yeah. That's my brother. And he's always been that way. And I want to talk to him. I'm trying to open up, you know, I'm doing this thing about, I don't want to talk about it, but I do this thing where I'm trying to slowly ease into it because I still got to make it funny, man. Yeah. I got to. My heart, I have to. You know what I mean? There's a lot of truth in my jokes, but there's also a lot of embellishment. You know, I remember when I talked about my two sisters getting kicked out of the house by my mom, man, that story is a lot deeper than you want to know. Yeah. There's so many layers, but I only peeled off the first layer because it still had to be funny. You know what I mean?
Is there when you do, because I've never seen a comedian like in real life do a different show every single show. Like literally you go to one of your shows, and I noticed this even when I first started. It's more like an event. Yeah. Like I don't feel like I saw a comedy show. I feel like I saw an event. And then I've been with you for 16 shows on a weekend, and you never start the show the same. You do great crowd work. But as you get more popular, more people know your material faster. Yeah. You know, before you could bank on, they won't see this for a year and a half, 2 years. Now, literally, they consume it in a month, 2 months.
I got people coming now, 2 on the same weekend, 2 different states.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because it's like they'll tell me in the line, the VIP line,
because they want to meet you twice.
They'll be like, I'm coming to Iowa. I'm like, oh shit. So now all I think about, I'm not thinking about the show of all the people that are going to be there. I'm thinking about the one person that's coming again. I have to change it for that one person. Literally, that's how I walk out. Like, there's one person here that saw me yesterday. I have to change it.
I've seen you write material on stage. Is it getting easier? Because it seems like you're at a place where you open up your life more.
Yeah.
Is it getting easier, or are you at that place where, I'm letting a lot out, but I'm not ready to let it out? So I'm just, and I want to call it surface, but you're not peeling as far back on certain things. So what's your writing? How's your writing like right now?
It's because, the last one just came out 4 months ago.
Yeah.
And literally people are coming because of that as well. And I can't do that. So, but it has to match that.
Yeah. That level.
That's what's crazy. Like I'm getting applause breaks. I'm getting, you know what I mean? And if I go up, if they come see me live and it's not getting the applause breaks that they saw on the special, I feel like I ripped them off.
Well, see, but a lot of comics don't feel that way. Because I've seen a lot of big comics that will go on stage because they got to work out. Yeah. But it seems like you're always like your workout is through crowd. Like, what's your process?
I do the crowd work. That's my baby though. Like my ad-libbing skills, like
it's ridiculous.
It's crazy. Like even I like go backstage and I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? Because I don't know where it's coming from. I really don't. So I always rely on that. And that's what I want to open up with. So I'll always dedicate like at least 15 minutes to 20. Cause that's going to give me that's going to give the fans like, that was great.
And that was different.
Yeah. And then I got the jokes that I'm working on, but then I tuck them in between these new jokes that I got that are pretty solid. You know what I mean? So there's like this, it's kind of like, it's like baking a cake. You know what I mean? The cake's going to be delicious, but man, I got to add all this shit in there first. So there's a lot of sprinkling and adding and tasting and baking. And
so
that's what I do.
What would you say to comics that are trying to work on new material? But like for me, I watch you, I admire your crowd, but I'm not a crowd work guy like that.
Yeah.
So what's the advice to a person like me or any comic that's not great at that, but you still got to develop stuff at a rapid speed?
Yeah. Drop everything. Drop it. Yeah. If you're not going to rely on your ad lib, then don't go out and just drop the entire hour.
Well,
and start from zero again.
Well, what's interesting is
go to the improv on the Melrose and do your 5 minutes and
build up
write that 5 minutes and then tuck that away and then write another 5 and then just build that hour. That's what I suggest.
You know what's funny is I was talking to Sarah Silverman, and she goes, I'm building a new hour because I think she shot a special, or she's shooting another special. And she was literally going on the road, bringing comics with her, and said, I only have 30 minutes of new stuff, so I'm not doing old. And if I have to bring 3 comics with me, I'll bring 3 comics with me, but I'm doing this 30 minutes of new stuff and building from there.
Yeah,
I'm not doing old stuff. So I was thinking about it, if I only have 25 new minutes, you just bring more comedians, but at least you're not doing old stuff.
But can you also make sure that you bring like 2 or 3 amazing comedians?
Killers.
Like they can only be killers, man. You got it. You have the responsibility as a headliner to make sure that the crowd is watching headlining material. Like that's why they're paying. It's a night, man. These people waited a month to see you. They went online when they found out that you were coming, and they dropped $300, and they've been waiting 3 weeks. And you can't come there with some bullshit.
Yeah.
With some dude that he does, this guy, he got 9 minutes of blah, blah, blah. You know he's mediocre. You know what I mean? You know, you got to have bangers in front of you and only follow bangers. That way, when they leave, they go, that was a show. Guy that opened was amazing. The guy that middled was amazing. And of course, Joe Coy came in and he did his thing, or Michael Yo did his. Man, that was a show. They're going to forget that you did 25 minutes.
But don't you agree? There are some headliners that want to look like a superstar, so they bring bad talent.
Bad.
that make themselves look better.
Man, I used to my mouth used to drop when I'd be like, you let who open for you? Like, what the fuck? Like, why? I remember going to shows as a fan and the person in front, I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm not going to lie. I want to say the name, but I don't. And no disrespect. You know who you are. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no disrespect. I'm not calling you out. Like, you know you're not that good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But headliners have the responsibility to
give them a whole show.
I've only brought bangers, man. I've only brought bangers in front of me. Like my whole career, I've always put a fucking star in front of me where like I'm backstage like, oh shit. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Like
sorry I had to do that to you. Sorry I had to do that to you, Joe. You know,
I put Mike in front of me. I put Chris D'Elia in front of me. I had Chris D'Elia open for me for a year and a half, bro. You know what I mean? And
well, all my openers I got from you. Like Nick Guerra at a time, Orlando Baxter.
Dude, there was this one cat, Ty Rivera. Man, he would decimate. I remember I took him to Guam, and this is literally because Chris got a gig. Chris D'Elia was like, I got this audition or some shit, and he probably got the part, whatever the fuck it was. You know what I mean? That's what Chris. And then he goes, I can't go with you, and I was like, all right, cool. And I got Ty to open for me, and we went to Guam, and this motherfucker got a standing O in front of me. Like 20 people was like. And even my sister's like, who's this guy? I was like, this kid's a beast, man. Don't get me wrong. I crushed that night.
Did you get a standing O?
Oh, fuck yeah, I got a standing O. But that's what you do, man. Like you follow fire, man. Like you got to show the world why you're a headliner. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter who's in front of you. I don't give a fuck who you are. I got to follow you.
How far into your career did you feel like you didn't care who was in front of you or behind you?
I got that mentality from Cedric the Entertainer. I say this story all the time. I opened for him at the Pochinga. I opened for him at Pochinga. I remember my son was only a year old, and my ex-wife was with me. She was my wife at the time. And I remember we had to deal with Indian law. Like they were like, you can't bring a minor on here. So you might as well go home. But I'm like, bro, I need this money. Like, please. Like, I have nowhere to put my son. We didn't know. This is my first big gig ever, opening for Cedric. Like, I just brought my son because I thought it was a casino. I'm from Vegas. You can bring kids to casinos. You know what I mean? I go, just be backstage. No, you can't. It's Indian, it's the Indian law here, the reservation law, whatever. And Cedric was like, no, please. He'll be in and out. Just let him, like, he
went to bat for you.
Yeah, he went to bat for me. And you got to remember, man, like, this is when I was like doing some pretty big, like I was at the Laugh Factory crushing, you know what I mean? So I was doing like those hot 10 spots, you know what I mean? And like, on all I had was like, just rapid fire. And in my head, I'm like, ooh, Cedric ain't gonna follow this shit.
That's like, what you're thinking.
In my head, I'm like, yo, Cedric, you fucked up tonight, man. Yo, you made the wrong decision putting me on this show. I think it was like 3,000 people that night. It was so huge. It was like one of the biggest things I've ever seen, like biggest events I've ever seen. And I went up. I crushed. I remember I got a few people to stand and I remember walking on in my head. I'm like, oh man, he ain't gonna be able to follow this shit. And I turn and I look to my left and you see Cedric in a suit, full suit, man, fedora, everything. And I'm walking towards him and he's like, that's what I'm talking about, Joe Coy. Make me work for my fucking money tonight. Let's go, motherfucker. And he hugged me. And I remember as he walked on stage, I was like, what did he just say? Like, what? Like, that was some confidence I've never seen in my life. Like, happy that I crushed. And he walked out. I mean, the first, let's just say 45 seconds, they didn't remember who the fuck opened for him. Not one person in that venue even remembered the dude that went up for 10 minutes. No idea. And he cried. I remember just in awe, like watching him from the side, like that's what I need to be right there. And from that day on, I was like, I can only have what I did that night has to be in front of me that night. Always. And I have to challenge myself every night. Like, I got to be able to follow that. If there's a fire in front of me, I got to put it out and start another fire. And that it's from Cedric, 100%.
Wow.
Yeah. Beast.
So
he was promoting the movie, The Honeymooners. He was promoting The Honeymooners. Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, you dropped another Netflix special.
Yeah.
It blew up.
Yeah.
Again. But put
crazy.
you on what's the difference between the first Netflix special and this one? As far as like
the second one, I had to hurry up and get out because my son was becoming a teenager, and there was jokes in there that meant a lot to me because it was a part of my life, and it had to happen right there. I only had like 6 months left for that joke to be done. And, because he said something to me when he was 12, 13, and now he's 15. You know what I mean? So like, it's done. Like, now I'm making my son sound young. Like, when I was reenacting him on stage, I was giving him a younger voice because I was trying to sell that joke, but I had to do that joke because it was so like funny. Like to this day, I still remember the day he walked up to me and said what he said. You got to watch the special, but he did something, and I had to do it. And you know what's crazy? I wasn't going to do that joke to close. My son told me to do that joke.
Did he really?
Yeah. Yeah, he told me to do that joke. So that's why I did that joke as my closer. And I was actually going to close on my stepdad. Yeah. I have a joke for my stepdad that I was going to do for that night. And I had to shoot it in Hawaii because Hawaii gave me the love, but they wanted me to shoot it somewhere in the States because it was cheaper. And then also my film crew was from New York. So that special cost so much money, but there was a reason why I had to be there. And that's why I shot it in Hawaii.
But as far as like, you got the huge pop from the first Netflix
Live
special where it just, it's literally, I'm talking to you a month before it comes out. You're still selling out 16, 17 shows everywhere you go.
Yeah.
It's still crazy weekends everywhere you go. But when that thing dropped,
yeah,
it was like, even comics that I remember hating on you way in the past were like, yo, this Joe Coy dude. You know what I mean? Like, I talk about a lot how people, it makes me angry to this day. The people that weren't making it when I first started were the people that were telling me, why is he your mentor? He does this and that. And
yeah. That's what they do though.
They do.
Yeah.
But now it's funny because now it's like you're in the mouths of a lot of people that you even, like, this is what I know. You even know they hated on you.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And you're just like, all right, cool, whatever.
Yeah, man.
You know, like
I said, kids will write their stories. You know what I mean? And the truth will finally come out, man.
Yes.
I ain't got time to spend my energy on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got one, I only have one goal. One is to be the best of me, and two, feed my son. You know what I mean? So I ain't got time for that bullshit. And my goal was to get on Netflix, and that's it. And no matter what I had to fire my old manager. I had to get new blood in, and even then we were still denied. Yeah. We were still denied that Netflix special. But yet I got cats that were opening for me getting Netflix specials. Mm-hmm. So just imagine what I was like.
Well, I mean, that's, I remember having this conversation with you long time ago. It's like dudes that were opening up for you are now past. They're not selling as many tickets at the time, but they're getting opportunities you're not getting. Yeah. And for a person like you to be selling out, even back then, Bray Improv, Irvine, 16, 17 shows, going out, selling across the country, but yet see other people that aren't doing that. Yeah. And you're not hating on it, but they get that opportunity. Yeah. How'd you deal with that personally?
Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. It hit me. You know what I mean? I was like, ugh. I told D.L. Hughley the other day, I was like, we never get the first look. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're
talking. You don't get the first look, and I'll never get the first look. And that's fine. That's been my reality my whole life. You know what I mean? I'm going to deal with this until the day I die. But at least I'm opening up the door for the other cat, because that way they get the first look. You know what I mean? But I had to open it a little bit. You know what I mean? And But that's my reality that I've been dealing with my whole career. Like, they're always going to hate on me. Oh, the reason why he's getting that is because of this. It's never because of what I am or my talent.
Yeah.
It's, because of this, he got that. Oh, and now, he's selling out that because of, because Netflix gave him that. But they don't want to hear the story. They don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear that Netflix didn't give me my special. They don't want to know that I paid for that entire special. And they don't want to know that after I cut that special, that no one offered money for it. And for 7 months, I was sitting on a product that I paid a fucking grip for. That's just sitting on my lap on a hard drive, just sitting on my lap, going nowhere. And I still got to feed my son. I still got to pay for school. I still got to go on the road and try and pay this fucking debt off.
Yeah.
And then I get the phone call, which was right like 2 days before Thanksgiving. And then they're like, we'll buy it. We're going to take it. And then I cried. Here I go again. I cried. But like that was my reality. Because it's always been, no.
Yeah, you get a lot of no's.
No. We already found it. We already looked somewhere. We already gave that first look to somebody. And I'm like, but I'm telling you, man, I did it myself. Here, everything you need. You don't have to worry about the director. I feel like I was in a Leave It to Beaver episode. But I did everything. I shot it myself. I played the characters. I made it. It's really funny. You'll see. Just try. Come on. Literally.
So,
and then they were like, all right, we'll look at it. But we'll let you know tomorrow.
Yeah. How long was tomorrow? How long was that?
Oof, about 3 months.
That's a long tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? You know what, Mike? I'm lying. They looked at it and literally, I'm not disrespecting Netflix, man. Yeah. God bless Netflix.
Yeah.
In no way am I. There's no hate here. I'm glad they made me shoot it myself. I probably would have never performed the way I did that night. Like that was hunger on stage.
Yeah.
So there's no disrespect to Netflix. I'm glad they did what they did. And to be honest, I'm glad I had full control of that special.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have looked the way it looked that night if they told me to go do it well, they didn't even tell me to do it myself. I just went and did it myself.
You're like, I'm going to do it this way.
Yeah. And I'm glad. So, and then they looked at it and literally when they looked at it, they said, don't shop it around. We want it. So I will say that.
Okay.
But
this is after they passed the first time.
Oh, they passed. Yeah, for sure. They passed. Yeah.
They passed on not that same footage though. They
passed on just the verbal.
Yeah. Okay.
Please, can you see this?
But
special,
when they
please?
Saw it, they were like,
after I shot it and everything, and I showed it to them finally, and then they made me wait.
3 months.
It was about 3 or 4 months after they said don't shop it around. And I was like, come on, man. Like, cause I knew 2017, they were releasing all these specials. And I was like, I gotta be in there. Yeah. I want to be in 2017. I want to be along line all those comics.
Yeah.
All these names that you're bringing back and all these big names that are
2 weeks. It came out 2 weeks before Chappelle's, right?
They put me in between, Chappelle and, no, I came out before.
I think you came out a couple weeks before Chappelle.
I came out before Chappelle and after Louis. All I know is it was a hot month because they were doing one every Tuesday, and my month was March, and it came out. Mine was the same. They go, we're going to put you in March with Louis and Chappelle, and then I was like, motherfucker.
The reason why I knew it was Chappelle,
that's where I want to be,
and this was in the streets because this is what I heard. This is and this is, people don't know, like a lot of comics don't know how close I am. They go, yeah, Joe got a Netflix special, but nobody's going to watch it. They're just going to wait for Chappelle. Like, that's how I know Chappelle was that month.
Oh, really?
Like, that's what's so messed up. And I go, no, I think it's going to blow.
Yeah,
I think it's going to blow. And then it went on and blew up. How did your life change at that moment when it came out?
It changed. It was overnight.
Overnight, right?
Overnight, yeah.
A video went viral.
The whole tour went. Every clip went viral.
Yeah.
Every clip went viral. Everything that they put up went super viral. And then, but man, I knew that special was going to blow, man. Cause it was just like, those jokes were like, they were heart, man. It was all heart. You know what I mean? Yeah. Those were real stories, man. Like you can't deny the truth. You know what I mean? And man, that tour went on sale and it was completely sold out. We couldn't believe we were adding theaters, and then we sold 10,000 tickets in Seattle like that like 4 months later. Like I was like, wow.
Insane.
Yeah, Kent, Washington. We did an ice skating rink or some shit. It was the first time I ever saw that many. It's my favorite piece of footage I always repost it because it sparks
What
a flame.
is it? What is it?
It's where I say goodnight and I throw my hat.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And it was just, I remember that night. I was just like, what the fuck is this?
And then the second one comes out.
Yeah, the second one was crazy.
So what's
The second one took me to,
what's the difference? Like one put you selling out across the country overnight. What did this latest one do for you?
the arenas.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like doing multiple arenas.
You're doing the Forum, bro.
I'm doing
You
two
sold
forums.
out. Oh, you added another one?
Yeah, I sold out the Forum in one day. And then we're adding another Forum. And then we sold out Chase Arena, where Golden State plays, you know, the new Chase.
The new in San Francisco.
And that sold out in a day. And now we're adding a second one to Chase. My dream venue was always Constitutional Hall. Like I was always scared to play Constitutional Hall because I didn't think I could sell it. And we put that on sale and it sold out in like a minute. So I can't wait to walk out on that stage, man. And then we added a second Constitutional. Radio City Music Hall sold out.
Is there something?
Mall of America Arena sold out in Philippines. Coca-Cola Arena in Dubai. It's crazy.
Is there a comedy dream?
Yeah.
That hasn't been fulfilled yet?
No, I'm living my life, man. This is it. This is all I dreamed about. That 15-year-old me watching Whoopi and Cosby, you know what I mean? And Robin, Eddie, Dennis Wolfberg. Holy shit. I can't tell you how many times I watched Dennis Wolfberg. If you don't know who he is, Google him. Yeah, just watching those repeatedly. Robin and all of them.
And now you're living it, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's nuts, right?
Yeah.
I get emotional.
You should. You should. Because
when you say stuff like what you said earlier, don't get me wrong, that it bites me. It bites me in the ass. Because, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, dude, I put my life on stage, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's my heart. And when you walk on that, it hurts. But when you see it, you're like, oh, you get it now.
And then when it blows.
And sometimes they don't want to see it. So now I have this extra burn inside me to force you to see it or make you see it. Oh, okay. You don't want to see it? Well, then I got to shoot it. I'm going to make you see it. And I want it on this platform. So I got to do whatever it takes to get it on this platform. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then the world saw it. And I'm glad because my peers were like, they gave it up, man. Like they finally gave it up, you know? It was great to hear my peers, shout out that special. Yeah. Live from Seattle.
Now, I want to talk about your peers.
Yeah.
Because you, of course, you know, you're an inspiration to me. You helped me in the game. But I always bring up when people talk to me about you, I go, today, and this is no offense, but, you know, it's more teamy where people like what's great about it is comics really support other comics, you know, through podcasts. Lately.
And it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I wish they've always done it.
Yeah.
But, you know, and I was part of that era where they weren't doing it. And they were being very, you know how it is. People get the lime, and they don't want to share the light. You know what I mean? And they're afraid to share that lime. You know what I mean? And I don't understand why. I'm just like, why are you so scared to shine? You know what I mean? Shine, bro. We're all shining. Why are you so scared? Like this light is the sun is going to light up the whole fucking world, bro. We all get that light. Why are you so scared to share that light? Why are you so scared to share that mountaintop, bro? We all get a mountaintop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Chris D'Elia has his own fucking mountaintop. Like, and it's huge. Good. You know what I mean? I got my mountaintop. Everyone's got you got your mountaintop. Everyone acts like there's only one mountaintop and you got to push everyone down.
Yeah, push everybody down the mountain. And
all this does right here is all you're doing is just like spending energy doing this shit all day. And you know what eventually happens? This dude climbs up and then this dude climbs up because you don't have enough hands to do it.
Because you stop climbing. When you're pushing down,
you stop climbing. Yep. Stop. Bro, there's enough mountains for everybody, man. I do that. It's so crazy. And I know this sounds cheesy, Mike, but I was flying over the Rockies, right? The most amazing thing you'll ever see when you fly over. And there's not enough people in the world to stand on top of every single mountain. There's no way. There's not enough people in the world. I know that's is that an analogy? It's a weird, but like if you really think about it, that's how small your mountain is, man.
Yeah.
That's how small your fucking mountain is. There's not enough people in the world to stand on top of every mountain in the fucking Rockies. There's not. You can dump them all in there and you'd be like, yo, there's still enough mountains here. That's life. That's reality. That's entertainment. That's you at the office. That's you at whatever it is that you're trying to do. We each get a mountain, bro. Like share it. We're good. Why are you so concerned? You know what I mean? Well, you got it. I'm on this mountaintop. You know what you should do when you're on that mountaintop? Boom. Here you go. Boom. Here you go. Like, I'm not trying to say like what I did was, I was just only doing what Cedric showed me. You know what I mean? And not be scared of it. But when I was doing what I was doing in those clubs, you know what I mean? I wanted to be like, yo, can you look at this guy too? Yo, this kid named Ty. Can you look at this kid? Michael. Can you look at this kid? This kid's really funny. Chris D'Elia. Can you look at this guy? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I wanted to share it because we all get a mountain, man.
Yeah. I tell you, Joe, dude, the man would call clubs for me. Mm-hmm. I remember the only reason I got into Washington, D.C., the D.C. Improv, because Joe called them. Mm-hmm. And then they were like, well, we don't know if he's at that level yet. Can he co-sign on you? Where he does like, hey, this is Joe's pick and you should go see. Joe went out of his way, didn't have to, and got me in that club, got me in Denver, got me in so many different clubs. And you've always lived that life. And you're not just saying it now because you're one of the biggest comedians in the world. Yeah. You were saying that when I first met you 13 years ago.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's cool. No, I'm saying I can't believe it's been 12 years.
Yeah.
That's nuts, man.
And I think it's even crazy to say you're one of the world's biggest comedians right now.
That's crazy.
Just absorb that. One of the world, like ticket sales, like profiles, like everybody literally, and I'm not just saying this, but I'll be in a supermarket and overhear people talking about you. That's what's crazy. I was at Trader Joe's down the street.
Yeah.
And I heard two people just talking about, oh, you see Joe Coy. And this was only like a couple weeks ago. Your special's been out for months. And, they were sharing a clip they were looking at. And I was like, dude, that's what's up right there. And I was so proud in that moment, man. It was like, how amazing is that? One of my friends is now one of the biggest comedians in the world. And you see people just talking about you unsolicited.
Thank you, man.
Dude, that's so awesome.
I appreciate that.
So, with the good times, what are some of the not bad, but some of the different things you have to deal with now being where you are? Is there anything different?
I mean, it's a little,
Are your friends
what
closer?
did Biggie say? The more money, the more problems.
Is that true?
I think so.
Okay.
But I'm not putting that out in the universe because I have a lot of people that I have to take care of. You know what I mean? But that feels good, and I love it. I love the fact that I can do that, because I want them to like what is the main reason for what we're doing in life? You know what I mean?
Take care of the people we love.
Take care of the people you love, man. That's the only thing. I can give a fuck about what we're wearing. Like, don't get me wrong. I love what I wear. I love what I buy, but I also like, if I can do that, then I can do this.
But what has changed for you as far as like outsiders? Like, I would imagine people now that you haven't talked to in years come out of the woodwork.
Oh,
I would imagine that now people want to, oh, you know what? Like, even comics in the game, and no names, but like, it's funny to me how, and you never been about, oh, I got to do this because all the other comics are doing that. I kind of did my own thing because I never saw you as, I guess the word is a comics comic. Uh-huh. You were a Joe Coy comic. Yeah. You did your own thing. You didn't do what other comics did. You didn't care about being in certain clubs in town. The other comics.
I had a kid to feed.
Yeah.
I didn't have time for that. I didn't have time to be in the clique. I didn't need it. I was too busy trying to build. And that's what I admire. You
didn't need that. You did it your way.
Yeah. I remember they used to make fun of me. I remember when I
You
used to
sold
hit out
CDs outside
Yeah.
the Laugh Factory, and people would make fun of you.
Yeah, they would make
for
fun
it.
of me. Yeah. People would make fun of me, but I'm like, dude, I got to sell this for $5 a pop because I got to buy diapers tonight. So you can make fun of me, but I'm going to crush tonight and I'm going to sell 10 of these because I need $50. So go ahead and
diapers.
laugh. You know what's funny is I was in this one lady. Her name is Mindy. I forget her last name. I wish I knew it right off the hand. She came to my show with that DVD. She came.
Uh-huh.
With
Oh,
it.
from
Yeah, for the Laugh Factory days. And she still has it. And I literally was just like, oh my God. Like, I couldn't believe it. I hugged her. I have it at my house because I want to shoot a video, of it. And like I said, it's a numbers thing. It's like, it's not about how many you put out there. It's about who takes it and keeps it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can put 10,000 out there, but there's 5 people out there that fucking love it. And they're your army and they're telling people. Mindy still has it after 13 years. Showing everybody. It's sitting in her, she says it sits by her TV and people, oh, what is that? Oh, that's Joe Coy. Look, he used to sell this. Look, he used to go to Fry's and buy a stack of blank DVDs and burn stuff on there. Like, you know what I mean? And this is what he was selling to put diapers on his kid because he was working at Nordstrom Rack. And you only get $14 at the Laugh Factory each set. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, like, it's crazy to see that. It's crazy to see like I got these old flyers, Mike, that I'm going to post. I'm sorry. I keep rubbing my nose, man. It's gross. I have bad allergies, but anyway, get this thing called Naze X. I don't know if you're- okay. It works. I just failed to do it today. And, they got this, I got these flyers, when I used to rent out theaters in Vegas and I got a sponsor. This is back when black owned businesses were starting to blow up, like FUBU, Dada, Mecca, all these, like they were all blowing up, Tribal. And I would sneak into these conventions in Vegas and because my friend was a B-boy and he had like the pass, so he would get me in. And I remember walking up to Dada because I met the owner like years back. And I walked up to the owner of Dada Footwear and I was like, dude, I do comedy and I love to wear your stuff and blah, blah, blah. Long story short, they ended up being my sponsor. So here's this little Asian, half white, half Asian kid in 1997, whatever, doing these shows in these theaters that I'm renting out that's being sponsored by a black owned business. Big shout out to Lance Simpson. He just hit me on Facebook, by the way.
Dope.
And now we got our numbers. I'm not even bullshitting, man. This is crazy. I'm even talking about that. That's why I love like energy, man. When we say shit, I'm going to show you this, but this is, he just hit me up on
and now he has that story too.
yeah, look, that Lance Simpson, Lanz, owner of Dada Footwear. He just hit me up and he's in Bangkok right now. And he goes, I get back on the 4th. Let's link up. And I'm like, yo, all good. Let's do this. Like, it's just so crazy because when back then in 97, he was sponsoring me. He was paying me. I had his corporate card. Like, can you imagine that? Like, here's this half white, half Asian kid renting out a theater just because none of the improvs would give me a spot. So I was like, fuck it. I'll just rent a theater. I got my own sponsor. He's paying for it. This guy's a young black millionaire that just came up with the same idea. Like, I'm going to make fucking hats and shoes. You know what I mean? And he was sponsoring me. And then he was like, I trust you, man. Who do you want to bring? Bro, I got flyers. You got to see these flyers. You're going to shit yourself, man. I got a flyer. 1997, I think it's 97. Don't quote me on the year. I'll get it to you later. Like 97, 98 or whatever. I got a flyer with Ian Edwards on it. This is Ian Edwards with dreadlocks.
No.
Cause I remember when I met Ian through JB Smooth. And I met JB Smooth because I was on the Black College Comedy Tour and I was opening for him. And I go, dude, I got this comedy night in Vegas. Will you come? And I remember flying him to
JB Smooth?
Yeah. I got a flyer with JB Smooth on it. And I remember telling Aaron, you got to remember this is before Adam Sandler movies, Curb. This is before any of that shit, you guys. Before any of that shit. And I remember telling everyone in Vegas, you got to see this kid, JB, man. He's the shit. He's the future, man. This dude is fucking amazing. And Aaron was like, who? And I remember I sold that show out. And I remember everyone leaving going, my dad flew down for that. And my dad was like, what the fuck was that? He couldn't believe it. 'Cause he's never seen comedy like that. He only knew Carlin. He only knew Seinfeld. You know what I mean? And he was like, that was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. My dad.
Yeah.
He was like, holy shit. I go, I told you. This guy's a fucking beast, man. And then, Michael Blackson. I had Michael Blackson come out. Yeah. And this is when Michael Blackson had a dashiki on and, and the Abbott thing. And I was like, I remember telling everyone, I was like, dude, I opened for this guy, Michael Blackson. You got to see him. He's fucking amazing. This is 97, bro. 98, 97. Everyone came. Holy shit, who's this guy? I remember when he got on Friday. Cause I was still working. I was still doing dolphin tour guiding and shit at
Dolphin
Mirage.
tour guide?
Yeah, I was a dolphin tour guide. And I remember I was doing jokes at night and doing tours in the day. And I remember everyone that worked with me was like, yo, that dude's on Friday. That guy you saw, holy shit, that dude's on Friday. Like they couldn't believe it. Like that was like, it was just cool, man. Ian, dude, it was just nuts, man.
Would you say that's one of your best memories of comedy?
Yeah, man, because I felt like, because you got to remember there weren't black clubs yet. Kings of Comedy hasn't hit yet.
Yeah.
It wasn't mainstream yet. Like I still feel like there was this underground circuit, like a Chitlin circuit.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that was like this underground circuit that no one knew about. And like, yeah, Def Jam was out, but like it still wasn't like you wouldn't see JB on a weekend.
Yeah. I got you.
You know what I mean? And I felt like I was that guy in Vegas that like I brought that.
So you had JB Smooth, Ian Edwards, Michael Blackson.
How
much did you pay?
I gave them.
This is in 97. This is how much these people got paid.
Yeah, I think it was 97, 98. I think Ian canceled on that show because he got a writing gig.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he got a writing gig. But I remember I was so hurt. I was like, Ian, dude, they're going to love you in Vegas, bro. This is Ian Dreadlocks. Like, this isn't Ian now. This is way, way back, man. And I remember I was like, dude, they're going to love you, man. But anyways, I digress. I was giving them the nut of the door.
The door. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So, and it wasn't that much because I was doing 2-for-1s and it was like, it was in the ghetto too, man. Like I was shooting this shit. I was renting the theater on Charleston and Maryland Parkway. It was called Hunt Ridge Theater. Yo, I had to hire security to watch cars. Cars would get broken into. It was bad. It was a bad area. It still is a bad area. In fact, that theater's not even around anymore. But, and that's why I wore that on my back. If you watch my special.
Yeah.
It says the ghetto to the Getty. And I'm like, God damn.
Yep.
My ex-wife, her boyfriend is a painter. His name's Gino Perez. And I remember I walked in and I just saw it. He had it painted and I'm like, yo, that's dope. Like, first of all, I like the way he wrote it, like the way he painted it. And then two, I just love the saying. I was like, yo, that's me, bro. Like, that's me. Like, I went from the Hunt Ridge to 4 sold out Blaisdell arenas in Hawaii on Netflix. That's ghetto to the Getty.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Put that on my back. I'm gonna rock that shit. So that I got the whole family on my back in that special.
Love it, man. Well, Joe, thank you so much.
Did I talk too long?
No, it's great.
God damn.
Here's the thing. This is what I love about this interview. It wasn't about the fun. It was about, we got the real Joe Coy on this. This is, I love it. I love it, man. And I'm so proud of you. I love you. I'm so proud of you and continued success, homie.
You're the shit.
You're the shit. Thank you, bro.
Love you.